Hey guys, so I made a video and it wouldn't let me stop recording for some reason, so I had to it didn't. Here we go again, which I'm covering a little bit on this because I've seen uh, some doubt put out by, of course, the lying media. The lying media is owned by who? The truth telling who? Come on. Anyway, besides that, and I still run across people. Oh, I saw it in the news, in the media. So, you're confident in that, huh? Anyway, businessinsider.com. I will put the link in the description. Is where I got this. Consolidated from 50 companies back in 1983, almost all media comes from the same 6 sources. 232 media executives control the information diet of 277 million Americans. They list off the companies and what little companies are within those larger. In 1995, the FCC forbade companies to own over 40 stations, yet Clear Channels owned 1,200 stations. I think it's in Minnesota they owned every station. I'm not sure what that is. Everywhere else in the U.S., 80% of station playlists they matched. 1/4 of Americans get their news online. A media conglomerate, media group, or media institution is a company that owns numerous companies involved in mass media enterprise. According to The Nation magazine, media conglomerates they strive, for policies that facilitate their control of the market around the world. Yeah, The Nation magazine said, media conglomerates strive for policies that facilitate their control of the markets around the world. News corporations refuse to publicize info that is harmful to their interests. They've been criticized for limiting and not protecting free speech. Withholding evidence or truth, I would think, would go along with that. And of course, the concentration of media, it's been turned by the people who own it now, whether you think they're chosen or not. Have you noticed there are some people, everything they touch, it grows or good stuff happens, and there are some people, they just suck the freaking life out of stuff? I mean, things should be considered that aren't often considered, and then people wonder why they're in situations, and I'm just like, well, because 90% of people are cowards and they won't stand up for the real problems. When they see a problem where they think they can overcome it because it's a petty thing, and they see somebody, they jump on that to feel good about themselves, is what I think. And to be honest, I get mad too, and I'm not proud of that, but I try to keep that under control. I'm not chasing people around. Like, some of the things I see online, I'm not sure if they're real or not. But people can be pretty crazy, so I don't know. In the 2020 Forbes Global 2000 list, AT&T was America's largest media conglomerate in terms of revenue. In 1984, 50 independent media companies owned the majority of the media interest in the U.S. By 2011, 90% of the U.S. media was controlled by 6 media conglomerates, and it goes through them, names them. And yeah, I saw some, because I wanted to do more on that, I saw some articles that were talking about how Jews don't run stuff. Well, they've said that they run these things. You're saying they don't run. Did too many people find out and now they want to throw some doubt out there to muddy the water? What's going on? Like, I mean, if you're gonna start a war, which, how many? I mean, but I'm saying, like, at least have some sort of. I don't even want to say because it's so mean. But grow some nuts, man. Like, stand up for something that you stand behind. Don't get me wrong, I have respect for the dark and things you have to do in the dark, I guess, so to speak, to a degree. I guess it depends. I do have a moral bar, you know, but I know other things happen and people are at different places in their lives. I'm not trying to judge anyone. I am trying to say, if you provoke some stuff and then you get smashed, don't cry. Because, like, people like me who just tell the truth, we get stuff. If you keep on, who's going to miss you? Who's going to miss you if you don't try to solve problems and you're constantly causing them? That's all I'm saying. The Red Cross sells blood donations to pharmaceutical companies. Yeah. I'm not crazy about the Red Cross because they're talking about the Red Cross is here to help us. Well, the Red Cross was supposedly at those World War II camps, and I know there was a lot of lying that went on there. So you can have your perspective all you want, but it's pretty ridiculous, you know. Everything's based off physical evidence except for this. And don't question this either. Red flag, go for that. That's where you know something is. Anyway, when it's like a shark smelling blood, you gotta get that. You just know that, you know, intuition. I believe in you. Anyway, and these things can become addictions. I have below it addiction. The phone can become an addiction. Money can be an addiction. A lot of people who have money, they might not be close to people. Me, I am not a person with. But I just prefer animals, to be honest. They're so loyal, and there are a lot of really people that I wouldn't care to, and the people that I would care to, they've got stuff going on in their lives generally, you know. So some people are great company though, and I really do enjoy when I do get some good conversation. But you know, you already know what I'm talking about. Some people, it's like, I need to be with my chickens. I need 3 hours of meditation with the chickens after you. Anyway, it ain't that bad, but still, yeah, them birds, man. I could be mad as heck and just spend some time with the birds. Anger is just a figment of your imagination. Yeah, they provoke a lot of happiness and love. Anyway, but yeah, the Red Cross is a company that I consider highly. Don't trust them, guys. Please don't trust them. Okay. One more thing. And I mentioned that because they're supposed to be here to help us. Well, they were there to help too. I know there was a lot of screwing going on, and it wasn't no. It was not consensual. Moving on. So yeah, I didn't realize though that they made so much money off people's donations. Yeah, what is this? Let's donate stuff so they can resell it. What is that? I thought we wanted to donate stuff to people who needed it. That forces us, and in a way we should be willing to do that if that's what we want to do, to get to know people. But they're supposed to be specifically there to help us to find the person who needs it, to get them whatever they need that it has been donated. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of sticky fingers, a lot of greed. Anyway, but no leader is exempt from criticism, and his humanity will nowhere be seen more clearly than in the manner in which he accepts and reacts to it. Remember when the serpent said, "You shall be like gods, knowing good and evil"? The act of individual disobedience culminates in the effort of the man to organize a government of his own, free from God's restrictions. Nimrod, grandson of Ham, was the founder of the first government. Remember the Tower of Babel? Efforts to unite themselves more closely than God did resulted in confusion of their language and their dispersing. So, from my perspective, and from many actually, I don't know if they're Orthodox Jews or what they are, but even some Jewish people, Israel, the state over there, that is against God, quite literally. That is another Nimrod, Tower of Babel kingdom. So anyway, I love it when I find people who agree with me, which nobody has to, but it's, common minds. It's pretty fun. Anyway, so I'm going to put some check marks on some paper and find some other ones. Have a good one, y'all.